So next is from Smganda Chanko. Subject is MJF needs a bloodline story. Good day, K100 crew. Wishing you all well. Hope Conan's still feeling good. While watching the Bloodline segment of Raw made me reflect to MJF and the top story at AEW. Obviously, the two companies have two very different storytelling methods. AEW is all about matches and moves, while WWE is very character and emotion driven. But I can't help but think MJF could really benefit from the type of storytelling employed by WWE and the Bloodline. The genesis of his story with Bryan was good with Regal, but there's been no progression or emotional investment ever since. It's just Bryan Danielson winning matches every week. I'm not even sure what story they're actually telling. Do you guys think MJF and AEW are capable of writing a story that is character-driven and based off emotion, or do you think they will always emphasize matches and moves? I think they'll always emphasize matches and moves because Tony's never really been a storyteller. I mean, it's just, Tony books his show like a booker. He books matches. And the storylines aren't very strong. It's like, like he'll book a match on Rampage on Friday. He'll tell the guy, hey, go do a 45-second promo promoting your match on Friday. And that's the gist of the storytelling. Sometimes they'll do long-term storytelling, but the long-term storytelling that they tell, everybody knows what the finish is. Like they did long-term storytelling with Wardlow and MJF, and like everybody knew where that was going. So it's like the compelling. It's like no, it's like that's why Tony needs some help. Like bring in some writers and guys. I mean, I don't know how much Sanjay and those guys are. Sanjay's pretty creative, but I don't know how much they're like. Tony's using them like their abilities. Like I don't know. I don't know what the structure is there. Like if he's just writing all this himself, or is he? Does he have a soundboard? Like is he talking to Sanjay and these other guys and stuff? I don't know. So but the storytelling isn't very strong there at all. What do you think?
I'm sure he has a soundboard. If he definitely ain't using Sanjay to his maximum potential, because if that's all Sanjay's coming out with, it's not that good.
Right.
And because you're always going to make sure whatever you're involved in is good, and what he's doing hasn't been that good. And right. Sanjay's really good. But, bro, you've got all these people like Arn and Taz and Jericho and all these ex-WWE guys that I'm sure they know how to write stories, And I just think that his mentality is, I'm assuming, I don't know, but, looking at the 3 years of his history, he's kind of like New Japan. He's heavy on good matches for the hardcores and not really on storytelling. And that's where Raw just destroys them, because not only do they have good storytelling, almost all their matches are good, So they've got the perfect balance over there.